On Saturday the 2nd of March, it was reported that police from the Metropolitan Police Force swarmed a cafe and destroyed it by smashing open its doors and bursting through a side wall because of incorrect intelligence, and have apparently left the cafe owners to pay for their own repairs. There is a short video and I'll add it to the end of this report, by the way. A Chef's Delight cafe located in Sydenham Road, I believe that's in Croydon, experienced a rude awakening after closing time about a month ago, following alleged reports to police that there were hostages in the building. The Metropolitan Police said in a statement that police were in Sydenham Road, SE26, on January the 15th after a call at around 1900 hours that evening expressing concern for the welfare of two men thought to be potentially being held against their will. Road closures were put in place. Both men were found safe and well elsewhere. However, 1 month later, following the owners paying for the repairs themselves, the Met Police have yet made any gesture to pay for the damage they caused to the business. Owners of the cafe, Adam, Sam and Sammy Dink, all brothers, were not at the property at the time, but the chef lived in the flat above. The chef called the brothers when the police raided the property, and the brothers were told by police about their Section 17 powers to search a property without a warrant, but were given very little explanation as to why. Section 17 of PACE, the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, does provide a wide-ranging power to enter and search premises without a warrant in order to arrest persons or to save life, limb or property. However, as far as the entry and search for persons is concerned, reasonable grounds for believing that the person is actually on the premises must exist, and there is a limitation on search in respect of separate dwellings, and like all search powers, it is a search only to the extent reasonably required for the purpose of which the power was exercised. Section 17 is a power that gets abused an awful lot by the police because they only need a belief, and beliefs are subjective and based on feelings and opinions or emotions, as opposed to objective, which is based on verifiable information, based on facts and evidence, even if that evidence turns out to be wrong. Sam Dink arrived at the cafe after a call from his chef on January the 15th this year. The chef told him, "You need to come back urgently. There's helicopter. There's police both sides of the road. Police cars. They are chasing someone upstairs." Upon arrival at the cafe, he found police lounging at the cafe tables next to a gaping hole in the wall, whole ceiling tiles on the floor, the smashed glass front door of his chef's flat, and parts of his broken shutters hanging down. The brothers say that they've been hemorrhaging cash since the raid and are waiting for the Met to speak up about the incident. Following the raid, there has been a lot of speculation online surrounding the incident at the cafe, with people claiming murder and drugs had something to do with the raid, which is making people feel a bit uncomfortable about going to the cafe. So the brothers want an apology from the Metropolitan Police in the hope that it will squash false rumours, and want them to pay for the damage that they caused. Sam said, "We have lost customers in the last 2 months. It's our reputation affected." The brothers, who all have their own families to support, say that they can provide a builder's quote for the repairs at any time, but claim that the police have said they're still investigating. Apparently, the Metropolitan Police have been asked to respond to these claims by the brothers and whether they will be at least contributing to the repairs, but they have, of course, not yet provided a response to those questions. I do find it amazing how in this day and age police can still get away with this kind of ignorance. I mean, granted, if they had verifiable or even evidence that appeared to be true to suggest that there were hostages in the building, then they do have a right of entry. But you would think that they would, at the very least, try and establish if someone was in the building at the time. I used to carry an inspection camera for work when I used to check people's walls for cavity insulation. It's the same kind of thing the police on Hollywood movies use, to poke under doors or through air conditioning vents to see what's going on inside. How hard would it be to arrive at a property, a closed commercial property that is, not a residential property, silently approach the door, feed an inspection camera through the letterbox or under the door, look and listen, and actually establish if somebody's in there or not, without smashing the fuck out of the place for kicks? If you need to put the door in at that point, then fine, providing you're trying to actually save someone's life. But the police ignoring you because they have to pay out or give something back is a typical trait of the police, so I doubt the brothers will actually hear anything anytime soon. But it just appears to me that rather than use their brains when it comes to a situation like this, a situation in which hostages will far likely be safer if the police arrived stealthily and examine a property before trying to smash their way in, they use it as an excuse to have some fun and get their big red key out. It's almost like a narcissistic thing for them. Well, I've got to say, I'm pretty glad there wasn't any hostages in there, because by the time the police managed to get through making all that fucking noise, they'd have probably been dead and the perpetrators long gone. But I'd like to know what you think in the comments. Do you think the police should have simply gone at it all gung-ho, potentially putting alleged hostages at risk, or do you think the police should have been a bit more stealthy and a bit more calculated in their approach to save having to do any unnecessary damage, or not frighten any potential hostage takers into doing something stupid? If you found this report informative, please give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Click that bell so you don't miss any, or join the mailing list at policeabusingpowers.co.uk, where I will send a notification with every video, whereas YouTube doesn't. And I'll see you in the next.